Hello, Capricorn, and thank you so much for joining me for the extended for January 16th. And we're going to look at these cards here, and we're going to put these away. Worry and anxiety. I'm going to put that one up there, and then we're going to put this one up here. Okay, then we have orphans, we have cornucopia. Let's see, let's do this. There we go. All right. Nine of Swords and anxiety. Anxiety about your future, anxiety about where you're going, anxiety about what it is that you want to do, anxiety about wondering if you have the power of where things are going or where your life is going or what's happening, right? Wondering if the magic is going to happen. Not having patience for anything anymore, right? Temperance, Sagittarius. It could have to do with the Sagittarius because we did have that Two of Cups there. It could be that there is anxiety with a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But I also feel like you're questioning that future, right? That Three of Wands. How do I get to where I want to go? Holding it all back, having anxiety about the future. Running out of patience. Right? And saying, when is it going to happen for me? But not realizing that you have the power of your thought process. I had lunch with my girlfriend the other day, and something that I thought was really cool, which I have said before, is that she's going through some big changes in her life, and she's really finding her happy place. She's gone through some really tough things, and she said to me yesterday, she's like, those negative thoughts try to come into my head, and she says that she sees those and she stops those, and she's like, I'm not going to go there, I'm not going to think about that, I'm not going to make myself feel guilty about those choices or decisions I did or didn't do, that I can't go back and change it, that's in the past. And when those thoughts come in, that I stop those and I change it, I think about something else, or I go do something so I don't focus on that negativity because I can't change what happened. And I love that, because you don't want to stay in that energy, because there's nothing that you can do about the past. The past is the past, but you can change things from this moment forward, right? That you can take control of the situation. Moving forward, right? You are in control of the situation. Let go of those Nine of Swords and let go of those things that you can't change. This is something that you need to work on. This is something that you need to let go of the negativity and focus on the positive, whatever that positive thing is, right? If it's, oh, it's a sunny day today, you know. If it's, I'm going to treat myself to my favorite, to ice cream today, right? My favorite dessert or whatever it is. Focus on something positive, whatever that is. Change that thought process. And that's what I've had to do too, because I used to go in the negative. I used to stay in the negative. I used to wallow in that. But then when I would catch myself doing it, it's like, nope, change subject, move on, right? Change it. Looking at those things that you're thinking about, looking at those things that you're focusing on, taking your power and your control over the situation, right? Calming yourself down, grounding your energy, rebuilding, right? The tower. I'm really starting to like the tower, because it's like, I feel like it's tearing down, blowing up those things that don't work for you, whatever that represents to you, whether it's a thought process, whether it's thinking, whether it's doing, right? If you keep putting yourself in situations that, brings you stress or brings you anxiety, that brings you this anxiety in the Nine of Swords, that you're like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm tearing that down. I'm looking at what it is that I'm doing, right? I'm looking at that I'm putting myself in situations mentally or physically that are not good for me. I'm going to take control of the situation and I'm going to change that up, right? It's time for me to change. It's time for me to do something about that. Having that faith and belief in yourself, right? Believing in you. Do you believe in you? Do you believe in your own power? Looking out for you. Are you putting yourself in the best situations? Strength, power, confidence, handling situations, being strong. That moving forward, gaining those rewards. Stop and take a look at it. You know, what is it that you're thinking about? What are those situations that you're putting yourself into? Right? Thinking before you make those actions. All right. Oh, what happened here? Okay, so we have Queen of Cups. We have the World. I also feel like this orphan represents taking some time for yourself to really, you know, a lot of times we don't want to deal with things, we don't want to face things, and so we keep ourselves busy with other things, but I feel like it's time for you to really take that, to take that inventory on yourself and to have that time to be in touch with your emotions. Experience those things, right? Experience those, acknowledge them, work through them, release them, and move forward and clean that slate, right? Clean that slate. Clear it. Clear it. Clear that anxiety. Clear those 9 of Swords, right? Let go of those things in the past that you can't change, right? If you want it, you know, today is the day that you can start moving towards that cornucopia, right? Let go of this 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords I feel always needs to come up for Capricorn. Moving forward, get away from the 3 of Swords. We have the Hierophant yet again, Taurus, that faith and belief in yourself. And I feel like the big messages through my readings is that Hierophant is that have that faith and belief and that trust in yourself, because you're having a lot of self-doubt. You're questioning your own confidence. You're having that self-doubt. When you have that confidence, it helps you in all areas of your life. It helps you with your relationships because you're surrounding yourself with positive people that are there to support you. You're making those decisions as far as if you're super miserable in your work life, right? If you're really miserable with that, if that's causing you a lot of stress, it's time to say, hey, how can I change that up? What do I need to do to change that? What do I need to do to fix this? Do I need to work on relationships that I have with people at my work? Do I need to have a different attitude? I know that when I was working at them as the cashier, that you know, I didn't want to be there, so I would be angry, and I'd go into work angry, and I was like, okay, I realized that it's not the customer's fault that I'm there. It's my fault. It's my fault because I didn't do good financial planning, because I didn't do, you know, that I did all these things. So I'm at this job to try and solve a problem. So it's not the customer's fault. It's my fault. So I need to change my attitude because this is what I need to do right now. And this is helping me solve a problem. So I need to change my own attitude being here at work. And then if I want this work situation to change, then I need to work on other things. But starting number 1 is to change my attitude about being here, right? And once I release that and I let go of that anger and that frustration, and I kind of realized that I put my own self in this situation, I was able to let that go and work became better. You know, was it rainbows and unicorns? Absolutely not. But it definitely felt better to be there, because I'm like, okay, this is just temporary and I'll work through this and I'll figure this out, right? That I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to try and deal with this the best that I can. And that, honestly, it helped me a lot. And sometimes I had to do that check, you know, some time would go by and then I'd get back into that. And I'm like, nope, come on, we have to do a check here, reality check here. How do we fix this? How do we change this? Get your mind right. Right? And believe in yourself that you can figure this out. How do I change this? I need to work on me. I can't leave that up to anyone else. I need to fix my own, what I have going on here. All right, so let's close out with a wisdom oracle. Definitely just something to think about, right? We have mending, but I feel like it's mending yourself, right? mending yourself, not being angry or frustrated with your choices or decisions that you did in the past because you can't change those or situations, and then mending that. Is it mending friendships, mending relationships, fixing things? No place like home. Being confident in your own skin. I feel like that's what that no place like home is, being confident in your own skin. And knowing that you're making the best choices for you. Sometimes those choices are hard, sometimes those choices are easy, but realizing that you're in control of your thought process. Appreciation for all of those little positive things that happen around you, and start with the small things and they become bigger and bigger and bigger. Appreciation for those, I almost feel like it's for those places that you find that knowledge for you to be able to realize what it is that you need to change, right? What it is that you need to do, how you need to come into your own power. Then we have the thinking woman. She keeps coming out all the time in this deck, the thinking woman, but I feel like that definitely represents Capricorn. Capricorn is always thinking. Capricorn is always learning. Capricorn is always looking for things to enlighten their lives, but I feel like this thinking woman here could be that you could learn from a friend. With the Queen of Pentacles that has come around, that there may be a friend that is around you that you can learn things from, but I also feel like it's you thinking and learning from your own experiences, mending yourself, knowing that you have your own power to make your choices, to embrace this Tower moment, to rebuild, to strip things down, to choose things that are best for you, to build your confidence, right? And appreciate all of those little things that happen, and start with that and move forward. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.